So when I think about folks who just inherited a house or they're going to probate court because you lost a loved one in the family, and all of a sudden the estate is open and now there's liens being put on the property, things get a little bit complicated. This one's easy for me because I feel like this is something that we're better than almost everybody else in Fort Wayne now. We have a team of folks, we have several assistants who will just sit on the phone until we're ready to speak with someone. And usually Dakota's the one who's doing the negotiating with some of these more common like
Liens.
legal offices and stuff like that, right? Like Snow and Sourtag, there's a few others in town.
Yeah, or just the mortgage company in general. So a lot of times there's just a lot of liens attached to the property. So we can help walk through that process of like opening up a probate, walking through whoever's going to be the executor of the estate, all of those different things. We have lawyers that actually walk us through the process. I will actually, whenever we get all of those liens, I will actually go back and negotiate those liens. That way you can get the most money possible from whatever we offer. Because a lot of times whenever we're offering something, let's just say for easy numbers, it's $100,000 for a property and then the liens are $50,000. My goal is to get those liens down as low as I possibly can so you get as much more money as you possibly can. Because a lot of times when they find out that the person's deceased and no longer going to be making payments, we're able to negotiate that on the person's behalf, which I don't think any other company does that. And a lot of times the property still needs some work too, so a lot of people aren't just willing to take that risk. And here's the coolest part, is if let's say that you're upside down in the house and the house is not worth what the liens are, if we go to negotiate those liens and then we're not able to get through this entire process and be able to do it, it costs you nothing. So basically we are going to work on your behalf to hopefully make up the money on the back end when we flip the property and we actually close on it. But if we do all of that work up front and we are unsuccessful, it will literally cost you nothing. We will do all of that work for free with the hopes that we're going to be able to figure it out, which I would say we figure it out about 90 to 95% of the time.
Yeah, so we're basically kind of doing legal work for people. I mean, we're not lawyers, but we are following up more consistently than a lot of lawyers that we've hired in the past. And we've got a process, we understand how it works, and we've bought many properties from probate, many properties that have been inherited that have a few more complications than you'd expect. Also, we've bought properties that basically need nothing. We've bought houses where I'm thinking of that one lady. She inherited a house. She didn't really want to tell her brother that she was going to sell it. And so we explained to her that, like, hey, we can buy your house and it can never hit the market. We can buy your house and you don't have to hire a realtor. We can buy your house and your brother will find out after the house changes ownership, because she was the manager of the estate. She had inherited the house. She was in a position to sell it. And I think her brother wanted to buy it on land contract or something. It's always hard to tell family no. So if you inherited a house, you really like to sell it, and you want a simple, hassle-free experience, maybe it's completely packed full of stuff. Folks who grew up in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, they had to keep every single nail and bend it back and put it in a jar and put it in the garage. We're familiar with that process, and that's perfectly fine. We understand that there are folks like that. And, if grandma kept all of her furniture wrapped in plastic, then that's fantastic too. We'll still buy that house.
Yep, and again, we will walk you through the entire process, so you don't need to know how it works with the estate and all of that stuff. If you don't even have an attorney, we already have an attorney that we've worked with several times. He's one of the best attorneys in the state. So we will help you through the entire process, and we'll make sure that we give you weekly or monthly updates as much as you want as well.
Awesome. Call the phone number or fill out the web form so that we can contact you.